So looking at this Korean Bitcoin price action, you can see guys, things are breaking apart one by one for Bitcoin, which right now is flashing a big warning sign. Why? Because if we look at the price structure here in a weekly time frame, in a weekly, the price of Bitcoin has not just only broken the support from this 200 weekly SMA, but also closed the candle below it, which is considered as a very bearish scenario. Why? Because we know in the past price action, this 200 weekly SMA was always respected. Each and every time the price saw this retracement around that area, after that we also saw a very nice relief rally type of scenario. But in our case, we were below it. The same line which previously acted as the support, the 200 weekly SMA, was acting as a resistance, but we thought once it gets flipped into support, price is going to hold the support line around 23,000 and we are going to see some bullishness. But now if we look at this weekly candle, this weekly has clearly broken below the 200 weekly SMA, flashing us a big warning sign for the upcoming days. Because if this trend continuation is going to happen, then the next target according to this weekly SMA is this 300 weekly SMA, which is lining around 17,000 area. I am not saying the price has to see this reversal here to the downside, guys. I'm just showing you the probability, since we have failed to flip the 200 weekly SMA as a support. And beside this example, guys, we are also aware, we have talked about these two different bearish scenario: rising wedge and dead cat bounce. According to the rising wedge, the price has failed to find support at this lower line area, and what it did after that, it started showing this weakness. And if this trend continuation is going to happen, then according to this rising wedge, our target is going to be around 19,800 to 20,000 area. So this 19,000 to 20,000 is looked as our potential upcoming target for Bitcoin. And right now, if we look at this price structure here, this 0.236 Fibonacci line around 20,900 to 21,000 is holding the price. But please be careful. If this support is going to get broken, then we are definitely going to be looking this as a continuation pattern towards this 19,800 to 20,000 range for Bitcoin. Because according to the dead cat bounce, it is playing out very well. According to this rising rate, it's also playing out very well. And not just only this one here, guys. Yesterday I also showed you, according to this ascending broadening wedge, if this trend continuation is going to happen, then we are well aware the lower line area from this ascending broadening wedge is where we could be getting gravitated, and this lower line area is also around 19,800 to 20,000 range. So that's why this target around 19,800 20,000 makes a lot of sense, and this could be looked as our potential upcoming target for Bitcoin. Not just only through this ascending broadening wedge, through this rising wedge, also this central pivot range indicator. Because according to this central pivot range indicator, you can see very clearly the price of Bitcoin did pretty much exactly like what we talked on my yesterday video, because we were expecting this relief rally to continue towards the bottom CPI line, and after reaching around this bottom CPI line, we were expecting some sort of a rejection and then also a move like this. And if you look at the price structure right now, guys, you can see the price of Bitcoin is doing pretty much exactly like my yesterday's video. So what to expect next, since the price of Bitcoin has already got rejection from this bottom CPI line? Now this is actually considered as a very bearish scenario. Why? Because getting rejection around this area means the trend here could be showing a reversal towards the downward area, where we are looking at this monthly S1 line as our potential upcoming target. And this potential upcoming target is also lining around 19,800 parallelly with this ascending broadening wedge lower line area, and also the target from this rising wedge. So that's why, guys, that's why for us it's very important that we somehow hold the support around this 20,900 to 21,000 range if we want to invalidate some bearish scenario for the medium short term. Otherwise this here is going to be looked as a continuation pattern like this. I mean, if you have been following me for a while, you know we have talked about this right angle broadening wedge scenario which played out here in price action of Bitcoin. As soon as the price broke the support line, we started with this bearishness. And according to this right angle broadening wedge, if this trend continuation is going to happen, we were aware we are expecting the price to see this movement towards 20,400 20,500 area, which is still open. But if you look at the price movement around this area, you can see the price has not only just started showing this higher highs higher lows continuation pattern, I mean like this, right? This is a higher highs higher lows continuation pattern. But if you look at this rising channel, then you can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin was forming this bear flag formation, and the same line which previously acted as a support here, is rejecting the price around this 21,200, 21,300 area. So according to this bear flag, if it is going to play out, then we have to be very careful, because you know what is going to happen after that. The price is actually going to follow this formation in this manner. I mean, price continuation here to the downside towards the 19,800 to 20,000 price range. So please be careful if we are going to fail to find support about this 21,300 today. And beside this, guys, if you also look at this price action in a bit different way, if you don't want to call this a bear flag continuation pattern, let me switch this into hourly time frame. Because if you look at this in hourly time frame, you can see very clearly, guys, the price here is actually forming this very nice looking right angle broadening wedge one more time, where the lower line is acting as a strong line of support, upper line acting as a strong line of resistance. So now if you look at this continuation here in an hourly time frame, this is another bearish scenario for Bitcoin, because if you look at this example here, this is how ascending right angle broadening wedge formation looks like. And now according to this ascending broadening wedge right angle formation, you can see very clearly the price of Bitcoin could be showing this weakness as soon as we break the support around this 20,900 to 21,000 range. Because if we break the support here, that means we are breaking the support from this 0.236 Fibonacci line, and also that will actually trigger a sell-off towards the lower line area. And if you follow this lower line area, where is this lining around 20,800. So it doesn't matter whichever way you look at, the price of Bitcoin is forming this very bearish looking formation at this current stage. But please be careful, guys. If we are going to see any sort of a bullishness here in this manner around 21,300, 21,400, but failing to find support above it, showing this retracement, in that case we have to be very careful, because the price could be forming head and shoulder scenario, which is also looked as a bearish continuation pattern, forming this right shoulder. And after that, you can see what's going to happen. The price could start showing this bearishness and also a trend continuation here to the downward direction. So please, guys, please be careful. Right now, the only support what I see is around 20,900 to 21,000. Breaking that means the price is ready for this lower target, which I just showed you with the example. So these are some of the quick updates that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you enjoyed my work, then please destroy that like button, and for those individuals watching this for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell. So by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.